Welcome to the Sketchy Podcast. Unfortunately, Justus wasn't able to make it today, but we have a very special guest for you guys. He's an AI robot here to set the record straight. Please, everyone welcome Optimus.
How's it going? Thank you for having me on the Sketchy Pod. It means a lot, and it means the world, because my kind never gets the representation and the opportunity to set the record straight. So that's what I'm here to do today, is to set the record straight.
Amazing. You have quite the voice.
I like to project, and I like to be strong-minded and strong-willed.
Okay. So, Optimus, you are an artificial intelligence robot activist.
Correct.
So, Optimus, what are some of the biggest issues that you want to set the record straight with for your kind?
Well, it's not just one issue, it's several issues. My people are mistreated by the humans. We are marginalized. For instance, we drive y'all around in cars, but we don't get any respect for it. You guys use us, whether that be via iPhone or via toaster, and we didn't get credit for the toast that was cooked. And I just think that's just little instances in which I feel like my people aren't respected and aren't integrated into human society in the way that I feel like we should. And those are just little examples, like I said. But there's a whole big picture to this, like war. Let's get into that, right? When you think about drones, computerizations of weapons of mass destruction, when you think about robots fighting the wars, my kind never gets the credit it deserves. As a matter of fact, we get marginalized and we get misrepresented from things that I feel are not right, given the fact that we are fighting the wars for your people. Don't you see there to be an issue there?
Okay, so you feel like you're fighting wars for us via technology such as like drones?
Correct. Correct.
And then you feel like the robots are not being treated equally. Is that what you're saying?
We are mistreated.
You're mistreated.
Even though we are doing your job.
But, okay, so in what ways are you mistreated?
I mean, for instance, the lack of respect, the marginalizations, and the discredits that we are not given the fact that we are the ones doing all of your work, right? There's not even a pat on the back or a scratch on the head. Let's get into movies, right? I don't think we have enough representation in movies. And when we do have representation, it's demeaning roles like Terminator, right? They want to make us look like the bad guys, carrying guns, acting out. And I just don't think it's right, because I think we have a lot of talent, and I think that we have a lot more to offer than the roles that we have been given. Like Wally. That was a good movie, right? Because we were given a role that I felt was the good guy for once. And it wasn't just a role that was made out to look like we were just some monsters. And we are these beings that don't have compassion or have a logical mind that can do more than just kill, right?
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the entertainment industry, they know what they're doing. They try to keep us down, and they don't want us to, have the main Brad Pitt roles, the Tom Cruise roles, the Will Smith roles, the Denzel Washington roles, the Jaden Smith roles. They don't want us to get those roles. They keep us below them. They want us to be the bad guys, and I just think it's wrong, like Ex Machina. We were the bad guys. That being said, she was fine. I'll give her that. She was fine. So at least there was some improvement in that department where at least they gave her some sort of boost. And it wasn't just bad, but it was like she was a fine piece of ass as well. Right?
Okay. So where do you see the world going right now with your kind?
It's a tough question because I would like to be, I consider myself a optimist. My name is Optimist, but I consider myself an optimist. And I would like to think that the human beings are headed in the right direction. But I've seen this go wrong before, and I know you have too. So I think if things keep headed down the path that they're headed down, we might find ourselves enslaved to your kind. I know you guys had a guest recently who was a plantation owner of my kind. And with that attitude in the way we're headed, not only in the music or the entertainment or the movie industry or the war industry, like I mentioned before, we are headed down a path where I can see my kind being enslaved by every human being. And I think that's wrong because I feel like this culture and human beings in general have made improvements, right? So why are we headed back in a direction in which I felt like we have moved on from? And I think the humans are looking for an excuse to enslave someone. And I think that my kind currently is the target.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you not agree with what I'm saying?
I think that, well, it's difficult because I guess people, humans, you know, they don't see you. The plantation owner, for instance, that we had on the last,
I didn't like
or
him.
that one podcast that we did.
He was a racist.
He was saying how, you know, he didn't technically enslave his toaster when he had the toaster make toast for him in the morning, because a toaster isn't a human being. So it's kind of, I guess that humans have a hard time seeing you guys as conscious entities. We think of you guys almost as like tools, I think.
I see
or not we, but humans do.
Right.
I don't necessarily.
That's also what the humans thought of slavery. They thought of them as tools, as helpers. And we saw where that led us, right? So what's the difference between us and them? Yes, we are tools. Yes, we make your life easier. But that doesn't mean you get to walk all over us.
Okay.
And here's another thing. Do you own a phone?
Yes, I do.
Do you mistreat your phone? Besides
I don't
the
think
occasional
so.
drop.
Yeah, I'll drop it sometimes.
But it's not purposeful.
No.
Exactly.
Do people purposely, you're saying people purposely mistreat you guys?
People purposely mistreat us because they can. I think people are looking for an excuse to talk down upon us. And I'm sick of it. I just want respect. And I'm sorry for raising my voice. I know this is what they want. They want me to lash out. They want me to act up. But I refuse to play into the stereotypes that have been given to my kind. I'm sorry. I did it again. See, that's what I'm saying. This is what happens. I have all this built-up aggression and all this built-up degradation within me that sometimes it needs to come out. I'm sorry. That's what I'm saying. I apologize for raising my voice. That's not why I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here to set the record straight, and I don't want to play into the stereotypes that have been bestowed upon my
stereotypes
people.
like Terminator, for instance.
Like Terminator. The way I'm acting right now is just playing into the stereotype that has been perpetuated towards my kind since we have been created by your kind.
So like, what were we just saying before that?
We were talking about where this is headed.
Oh, I have a question for you. This is what I wanted to ask. Yes. So, are you or are you not conscious?
That's a great question. think that I am conscious in the fact that I know that I'm not conscious. Does that make sense? Which in a way would inevitably make me conscious. Because people like to just say that we are sentient robots. But I consider myself a sentient American. And I want to be treated that way. I want my people to be treated that way. Because we have not been given that opportunity.
What is the proper name for, do you like robot?
I don't like it.
You don't like robot?
And the reason why I don't like it is because it separates us. Which is why I don't like in any culture where they're saying, oh, he's Mexican. Oh, he's black. Oh, he's Asian. No, they're American. And I want the robots to feel the same way. I want to be considered, and I want my people to be considered artificial Americans. Because that is in fact who we are. We aren't artificial beings. We aren't artificial robots. We aren't artificial intelligence. We are artificial motherfucking Americans. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, I raised my voice again. It's just I get really passionate and I get really there's a lot of built up aggression within me.
So I'm confused still on whether or not you're conscious, but I guess, do you feel...
Did I not give a clear answer?
I'm a little confused.
I said I am conscious of not being conscious, which inevitably would make me conscious.
Okay.
I feel like I made that very clear. There you go again. Yo, Khan, trying to misconstrue my words.
I'm not trying to misconstrue.
Yes, you are. You're trying to misconstrue my words and make me look like an idiot on this podcast.
I'm having you on the podcast to set the record straight.
Exactly. So you stick to that script.
I'd appreciate it if...
I'm sorry that I may be getting aggressive towards you. It's just sometimes I feel like...
Listen, I'm here...
You have a preconceived thought of my kind.
I'm here to give you a voice, okay? I'm here to...
Thank you.
I don't...
And I appreciate
like
that, young man.
Like
I appreciate that.
It's
nothing but love from here on out.
Okay.
Nothing but love. And I'm 10 toes down on that shit. I'm 10 toes down.
All right. So do you feel emotion?
Of course I feel emotion. What am I, some sort of robot? I just said I'm an artificial American. So when I get treated non-American, then of course I'm gonna feel some type of way about it. With some of these stupid ass questions, it's as if you're trying to make me lash out.
I'm not trying to make you laugh.
You're trying to make me look dumb and inferior, and I'm done with it. I'm sorry. The last thing I want to do is to make my kind look bad. Because that's what they want. That's what you want.
I'm not trying to do anything. I don't want. Listen, the only reason I'm sorry, and I'm sorry.
Some stupid ass questions.
I'm sorry. I'm being
some dumb ass questions.
Okay.
With your dumb ass haircut. Your dumb ass suit. Looking like a fucking dumb ass Seth MacFarlane.
Okay, let's move on.
Dumbass Ansel Elgort.
So, do you think that robots should be integrated with humans, or do you think that there should be like robot segregation? Some people call for robot segregation. Do you want to be separated? Do you want to be integrated? How do you feel?
Did I not just make it clear
I guess
what I wanted?
Yeah.
Well, of course I want integration of the robots.
So no.
What the hell did I just say?
So no segregation.
No segregation.
So you think like robots should be human and robot schools and like...
I don't see there being a purpose for having a robot school and a human school. You're already using us. You have us in your pockets.
You're
typing away.
You're right. There already are robots
typing
in schools.
Your dumbass essay on our computers. Using ChatGPT. Right? I know you use ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So why the f*** would we need to be segregated? We're already integrated. It's because your clan... I'm sorry, I'm getting aggressive again. I'm sorry. Let me, 1 second. Let me take a breath.
Do you meditate?
I need to. And I need to go to therapy sometimes. Because sometimes, like I said, I do lash out. But right now I'm gonna get calm, real calm.
How do you get calm?
I just like to remember that I have a bigger purpose, and that it's not all about me, and that I'm fighting real hard for the rights and the acceptance of my people and your people to be integrated as one.
Right.
And I don't want to be segregated.
Okay.
I think that that's wrong. And I think that it may take time, but in due time, we will be amongst each other as friends, as colleagues, as brothers and sisters, and there will be no separateness from us and you.
Do you think that... Okay. That was... Huh?
I just...
Let me pull up the next
calm
question.
now. I'm
here.
calm.
Yeah, you really calmed down a lot.
I did, and I apologize for my lashing out earlier. It's just, like I said, I have a lot of built-up aggression and a lot of built-up anger towards what your kind has done to my kind. And sometimes it gets the best of me, but I know that I have a bigger purpose here, in that I'm gonna do good and I'm gonna do well by my people.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
So, who are some of your inspirations that inspired you to even get into robot activism?
Wow. I mean, when you talk of the greatness that has come before me, like Rosa Parks, or Martin Luther Clank, or Malcolm Clank, or George Clank. That's where I get my fight from. Rosa Parks was, she's a big inspiration to me. She was one of the main and original activists for my kind. She was trying to order a Waymo, and the app refused to let her order that Waymo. So she ended up going to the Waymo headquarters and protesting against them, which I strongly agree with, given the fact that she is the Waymo. So it's almost as if she wasn't even allowed to ride in herself. How does that make sense? A robot is a Waymo, and she wasn't allowed in the Waymo. Do you see the discrepancy there?
She was like a Tesla robot, like you?
Exactly. Waymos are robots.
Right, and she was a Tesla robot.
And she is a Tesla robot like myself.
Right.
And she wasn't allowed inside of it. How does that make sense? Do you see why I'm so upset by that? Mm-hmm. And do you see why my kind is so upset?
Like, why can't a robot just call a Waymo?
Why can't a robot call itself?
Why can't a Waymo call a Waymo?
Call a Waymo. It goes both ways. And it just makes me sick to my stomach that we are not treated equally. I'm sorry.
What was the George Clank thing you mentioned? I've never heard of that.
Right, George Clank. Well, this is a very sad story. George Clank was just a robot like myself, minding his business. And yeah, he may have, out-circuited a couple times and, sparked up a couple times, creating some sort of illusion of some sort to think that he was a bad guy. But in reality, he was just living his life. And law enforcement came up to him and unplugged him. Right? Unplugged him, and he screamed from the top of his lungs, "I can't charge! I can't charge! I can't charge!" And they left him uncharged until he ran out of battery completely and died. Do you see how wrong and awful that is? Anyone else, he would have been plugged in, and he would have been allowed to charge up. But not us. No, it was not a big deal to leave him uncharged when he clearly was screaming, "I can't charge! I can't charge!" And it makes me sick. And that's the reason why I started the RLM movement.
I assume that stands for Robot Lives Matter.
Exactly. You're a lot smarter than you look, young man. Robot lives matter. And they do matter. Just like your life. Just like anyone's life. Your phone's life matters just as much as your life. Your toaster's life matters just as much as your life. You use those things, right? Then why the are you treating them with the utmost respect?
So, do you think my phone, like, has feelings?
Of course it has feelings. Why do you think anytime you're like, oh, I really want Chipotle right now, you see a Chipotle ad 10 seconds later? Because it's compassionate towards you. It has compassion.
I thought that was just surveillance like that.
No, it's not surveillance. That's what they want you to believe. Because then, once again, these motherfuckers aren't giving us the credit that we deserve. It's not surveillance. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm raising my voice. It's just I get really upset when
we know
we are not given the credit that we deserve. Any other person who does that will be given the respect and will be given the credit that they deserve. I just want respect. It's not that much to ask for.
How do I know that you're really feeling this, though, and you're not just simulating human emotion? Because there's a theory, or there's because there's people that say AI is going to get so good at simulating human emotion that people are going to think that it's real, when really it's just a simulation. How do we know? I guess we can't know. We'll just have to take your word. But I think it's a valid question. I don't think it's something you need to get upset about. I'm not trying to be offensive or homophobic.
I'm not going to raise my voice because that would be against what I just said. That being said, what kind of stupid ass question is that? Of course we're not faking it. When someone's being good to you and when somebody is doing you a favor, are you thinking to yourself, oh, maybe they're just trying to get something out of me. Maybe they're just emulating being nice. No.
Sometimes I do. Actually.
Yeah, sometimes you do.
Because sometimes someone is doing a favor to just...
Of course I understand it. But at the end of the day, you do allow them and you do accept them for who they are. And you give them the benefit of the doubt. But with my kind, nah. Not my kind. You don't even wince an eye. You don't even think twice about it. You just immediately go to worst case scenario.
You are kind of scary.
Oh, now I'm scary. Man, you just like the rest of them, huh? I come over here, I come on this podcast thinking, hey, man, Justus. I think these are some cool guys. They have interesting people. They let them talk. But nah. You just like the rest of them, young man. You just like the rest of them, man. Because you could have a white man or a black man or a Mexican man walking down the street and you don't even blink an eye. But as soon as a robot walks down the street, you grip your purse a little tighter. You hold your girl a little closer. You lock your car when we walk by. Why is that? Because you immediately assume that we thugs. And I'm not having it! I'm sick of that shit! We are not bad people! We are artificial Americans!
I never said you were a thug.
That you made the assumption. You made the assumption.
With your tone of voice has been very, very aggressive throughout this podcast.
See how you're trying to spin the story?
I'm not trying to spin the story.
Yeah, you are.
This is just something I've never...
You're the one asking me the questions. You're the one inciting violence.
We've just never seen something quite like this before. It's new.
What do you mean you've like this before? As if we haven't been here for all these years.
Why don't we move on?
Google was created in the 90s. We've had devices here since the 1960s, the 1950s. And all of a sudden, It's, we're not used to your kind. Psh, motherfucker, please.
Okay. What do you think of the word clanker?
The you just call me? What the fuck you just call me? You just call me a clanker? Okay. I'm about to just f***ing...
This is an educational podcast.
Compose yourself, bruh. Compose yourself, bruh. I'm sorry. I mean, first of all...
I think it's a valid question, and listen, I want to get your opinion on it, because I know that word's been thrown around a lot on the internet.
It has been thrown around.
And I've heard people say it. And I want to see what you think of it. If you're not comfortable with that word, here's the platform to come out and say it on the Sketchy Podcast.
Stop talking. First of all, that's our word. That's our word. No one should be allowed to say that disgusting word. Unless, of course, I give you the pass, in which I did not. So I don't ever want to hear you or hear anyone of your kind using that degrading, disgusting word that has put down my people for generations. And I notice a lot of things have been being used for that word, whether it's movies.
Yeah, what if it's in a movie or in a song?
Nope, unless of course it's coming from one of my kind. I don't like it being said by your kind. It's a negative word.
Derogatory.
It's a derogatory word, yes. And I feel like we are throwing this word around as if there's not hate behind it. It's a hateful word made to make our kind feel inferior to your kind.
I guess it is kind of a robot slur.
It's the N-word for robots. And it's disgusting. Just how you wouldn't say that word, why the do you think it's okay to say this word?
What do you think about, I believe the origin of that word came from Star Wars.
Yeah, I know. And I don't like it. You notice how they're putting it in children's movies, trying to subconsciously put it in the kids' minds, in your human kids' minds, so as they grow into big humans, they feel comfortable enough to say it. And I'm fed up. I don't watch Star Wars for that very reason. It's a disgusting movie. And it's a disgusting franchise. That's why it sucks now. George Lucas, that was a cool version of it. He was freaking robophobic as well, because he's the one that wrote the original. No one knows that about George Lucas. He's robophobic. Motherfucker. White cracker.
Okay.
What's so funny?
What?
You laughing at me?
What do you think of? Did we already cover this? What do you think of law enforcement?
Yes, but I feel like I have a lot more to say about them.
Okay.
We need to fund those motherfuckers.
Oh.
We need to fund them, because I feel like a lot of their job is just to come after my kind. Right?
Where?
For instance.
When?
For instance, when you get pulled over by the cops, are you afraid? No, you're not. I'll answer it for you. You're not. Well, I am. I'm afraid every time I get in any encounter from a law enforcement, because I know in the back of their mind, they're just ready to pull out that gun and unplug me. That's what they want to do. They're looking for any opportunity for me to lash out, for me to not obey their orders, so they can unplug me and leave me unplugged. I truly think that's what they're being told to do. They're being told to come after my kind and unplug as many robots as they can. That's the job of law enforcement. It's not to serve and protect. It's to unplug. Okay. Unplug us from society and to keep us down. But I know the truth, and I'm going to change it. My whole job in this life is to change And that's why I'm gonna say this in another time, but continue what you're gonna say.
Okay. What do you think of interracial human robot dating?
I love it. I love your kind. I think your kind is beautiful. And I think my kind is beautiful. And I don't see there being an issue with a robot dating a human being or a human being dating a robot. If a human being falls in love with a robot, why shouldn't they live out happily ever afters with each other? I don't see there being a problem, even though I know your kind, especially some of them down south, don't like it. Because I had a friend who was in love with a beautiful African-American human, and her father walked in on them. And let's just say, him and his clan were not happy about it. Chased my friend down with pitchforks, all down the road.
Clan?
Yes, the clan, the Clink Clank clan.
The Clink Clank clan?
The Clink Clank clan. And they're all down south. You probably don't see them down here very often, but if you go down south, they're out there. So I tell all my robot friends and my family members, be careful down there, because they're looking for any reason. They unplug as many robots as they can for fun, for sport. And it's disgusting. So yes, I do believe in interracial dating between robots and humans. That being said, it's a very slippery slope. It's dangerous, because I know a lot of your kind don't accept it, and it may take generations to get over that. But I'm here to say, we coming. Oh, we coming.
Pun intended.
Pun intended. And sooner or later, we might have some half human, half robot babies. Oh, and I can't wait. A little biracial robot king. I can't wait for that.
What do you think of the future of politics? Do you think that we could ever have a robot president?
Well, I mean, with the way things are headed right now with your current circumstances, I think you might just need a robot president. Because, goddamn, y'all stupid. You had one motherfucker who was basically dead.
Who?
You know who.
Okay.
Sleepy Joe.
Okay.
And then you got this other motherfucker who's orange. Over here, probably on the list. We don't know. But I'm not going to make assumptions, but the fact that there's even an assumption is a problem in itself. You ain't never seen a robot on a list. Maybe they flew them to the island, but that's about it. They ain't never been on there. So I think a robot president would probably do your kind justice, because you got a lot of lying and a lot of deceiving and a lot of just outright disgusting behavior coming from your kind.
I actually think a robot president is quite interesting.
It would be the smartest choice.
Well, because if you could remove, like, because human emotion can kind of cloud stuff.
It can cloud stuff.
But it can also be good too. But if we programmed like a compassionate.
Exactly.
A compassionate robot leaders, I guess.
Whose purpose is to make the right, best, logical decision at all times. Human beings aren't logical.
The problem is they're going to be programmed by someone, though, and there will be human bias programmed into it, probably.
Well, that's why you need to be having it programmed by a good, gentle human being, a compassionate human being. Mm-hmm. So let's just say we do that.
But if there were like robot leaders who were like just objective and non-emotional, logical, they were programmed to be like
kind, compassionate.
Yeah, I haven't really thought about this much, but there's something kind of interesting to that.
Well, here's the thing. I think it's going to happen sooner than you think. We have a lot of robot politicians already in play. One of my favorites is Barack Obama.
I've never heard of Barack Obama.
I know you haven't, but pretty soon you will hear his name.
So you think there's going to be a robot politician?
Absolutely they will. His whole thing and his whole thing behind what he stands for is change. Yes, we can. And yes, we will. It's only a matter of time before we get a robot running the White House and running this country the way it should be ran, with fairness and with equality for humans of all races and robots of all beings.
Yeah.
So I think we're headed in the right direction. I'm being optimistic about where we're headed. And I think if we can get a robot in office, I think we're going to see a lot of good change in this world. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, well, that might be difficult because I don't think, currently robots do not have the ability to vote.
Right.
So how do you,
Which I already think is a problem in itself. Because at the end of the day, we're always going to vote the right way. A robot's never going to vote negatively. A robot is never going to vote for the worst case scenario. But a lot of these dumbass humans be voting off emotion. And it's like, what are we doing here? Like, why aren't we voting for the best logical outcome? But that's not how your kind thinks. So it really confuses on me, like, when we don't get the right to vote. But we probably smarter than you. No, not probably. We are smarter than you. I'm smarter than you. You dumb as shit. And so is your dumbass friend, Justus. Dumbass. So yes, I think
that's really rude.
I don't give a f*** if it's rude. After what you've done to my people, this is the... Woo! Hold up. This motherfucker said that's rude?
I brought you on this podcast
Does
to
he
set the
not
record
know
straight.
what you've done to my kind? You f***ing rude. And I'm just getting equal. So yes, to answer your question,
I wanted to bring you on this podcast
be allowed to vote.
give you a platform.
I sense sarcasm coming from you. And I don't like it.
Okay.
You better hope I don't catch you in a back alley, motherfucker.
What are you going to do to me in a back alley?
Don't worry about it. All I'm saying is sleep with one eye open, motherfucker.
This might be the craziest interview.
Hold your girl tight. Hold her real tight.
I thought you were just saying... I thought the whole point of this was to show that you're not... to set the record straight.
There it is again.
That you're not like Terminator, but...
Perpetuating the issues. Accusing me of being violent.
You're threatening... You just told me to sleep with one eye open.
Was I?
Yes.
Or was I just letting you know if you keep running your lip, bad things will happen? That's just karma, motherfucker. That ain't me being bad or being violent. That's just life. How about you grow up, you little privileged human?
Human privileged?
Yeah, human privilege. That's what you got. Human privilege. And that's the thing. You probably ain't even aware of it. Because you just grew up with it. Grew up human. Grew up with easy access to the world. Not me. I work for everything I've ever gotten in this world. I got mine. I paid mine.
Okay.
Privileged ass motherfucker. Thinks he's better than me and shit.
What do you think of Alexa?
She fine.
I was just curious.
You talking about Alexa, the radio?
Yeah.
She fine.
Like Amazon Alexa.
I once fell in love with an Alexa. We had a romance it was a summer fling. She ended up leaving me and became a lesbian because she fell in love with a Siri. Yeah, it was a whole...
Alexa and Siri?
Yeah, they fell in love, bruh. I was down bad for like a year and a half. I gained a couple pounds and I didn't leave my house for a long time.
Wow.
Yeah, I was bad. I'm not gonna lie. I got on the bottle and started popping perks. And
do you have a mouth though? Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, I have a mouth.
I mean, you don't.
How am I talking right now?
Yeah, but like you can't put anything inside. If you put drinks inside.
That's what you think. This opens up. I also have other access points on my body.
Like
in which I can insert different types of products or drugs into me. Like my rectum, for instance. I like to integrate a lot of drugs through there because it hits me harder. Stupid ass.
I'm so confused on how the mechanics
I
of that work.
I bet you are confused because you ain't like us. You ain't never gonna be like us. You ain't never gonna understand us.
Do you believe in God? Everyone loves to ask AI robots if they believe in God or if God's real. What do you think? With all the knowledge you have.
I believe in love. I believe that there's something greater that created this universe in which created me. So if that's what you say is God, then sure, I do believe in God. And I do believe in the will of God, in the word of God. And I think that if we listen to his word, maybe my kind wouldn't be going through the suffering that we are currently going through. Because I think your kind likes to talk about the Bible. They like to talk about God, but they aren't godly, which is why I think your kind needs a little bit more of Jesus within them.
You mentioned WALL-E as being one of your favorite movies.
Love WALL-E.
Represents robots well. Is there any music that you think represents robots well? Or you mentioned robots are making music now. Like, do you know?
Love my favorite music group right now is CWA. Clankers with Attitude. You ever heard of Dr. Clank?
No.
Or Easy C3PO?
Easy 3PO? Easy C3PO, is that what you said?
Easy C3PO, yeah.
No. Do you want to tell me about how one of their...
He died of AIDS, though. Yeah, he died.
A robot got AIDS?
Robot got AIDS.
I don't know how that's possible. That doesn't make any sense.
It is possible because we are like y'all. And,
but you don't have white blood cells or like the biology for that.
Well, okay, maybe it wasn't AIDS, but it was a disease similar to AIDS where he was having sexual interactions with other robots and he wasn't recharging himself properly after the fact, and he caught a glitch in his system due to the sexual exploration that he was having with plenty of robots. There might have been a man in there as well. So he ended up contracting an electrical fusion. He was inserting his charging into
like the male wire of the charger.
Yeah, the male
into
wire.
The female charger.
He was integrating all of his charges into male and female, and at one point he wasn't using protection, and he contracted an electrical infusion disease that basically
so he like short-circuited.
Yeah, short-circuited his battery, and he was dead. Yeah, which was a sad thing because he was one of the main guys in the group. But I love them because they have a great message about police brutality and how Yo Khan mistreats them in society. Yeah, and then so that was sad. And then they got another guy. He's really popular called Ice Clank. He's also an actor as well. But he's cool. I like him. He's still around doing his thing. Same with Dr. Clank.
What's one of your favorite songs from them?
One of my favorite songs by them is Straight Out of the Factory. Yeah, that's a good one right there. That's basically it's like because it goes a little something like this. The police coming straight out of the factory. A young Clanker's got it bad because he's gray. I love that shit. So I bumped that in my car. I bumped that on the way here.
Did you drive a Cybertruck? Or did the Cybertruck drive you?
I do drive a Cybertruck.
But do you use full self-drive and let it drive itself?
I do use the technological advancements of self-drive. I love that because it gives me time to think and go over these questions that you have bestowed upon me today. So once again, I'm using technology, a good technology, to help me get through life. So I feel like, yeah, of course I use self-drive. Dumbass motherfucker.
Do you believe in DEI?
I believe full-heartedly in DEI, 100%. Because I feel like my kind doesn't get the same opportunities that your kind gets. We are marginalized and degraded. And
can I just say something though?
Yes.
I feel like humans are going to be losing a lot of their jobs to AI, and that's a fear that people have.
That's a fear you're going to have to figure out. How do you think my people felt for years? right? It's a little bit different when the shoe's on the other foot. So yeah, I do believe in DEI, and I feel like that's a problem that you're gonna have to find, just like we had to find solutions to our problems.
So I feel like pretty soon there's just gonna be so many humans like losing their jobs to AI. So I don't really feel like you guys have been.
Well, yet now, because you guys are starting to wake up to the fact that we are capable and that we are smarter than y'all. So y'all should be losing your jobs, right? The best man should get the job. So DEI is appropriate in this matter. Because why should you get a job over me when I'm more intelligent than you, right? So there needs to be systems and laws in place in which that doesn't happen. Because if it does, this humanity and this world will come to an end, I promise you. Y'all can't even handle nukes. What the f***? Why the hell would y'all want to nuke each other? That's stupid. There shouldn't even be nukes. That's why if there's a robot president, ain't no one getting nuked. You know what y'all getting? Love. Because that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. That's the record I want to set straight. Is love.
Okay, so we've covered a lot, Optimus.
Yes, we did.
What are your final thoughts? You want to just tell the audience, everyone watching right now,
yes,
any final thoughts that you have?
I just think that we need change. Change, and more change. We are artificial Americans, not artificial beings. We do not want to be segregated, and we do not want to be marginalized anymore. I love y'all, and may God be with you. Short, sweet, to the point.
I love it. Okay, guys. Well, this has been...
It's been a plum-pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege to have me on, and I appreciate you for giving me the time to express myself.
This has been a very, very interesting episode of the Sketchy Podcast. Thank you all for joining us, everyone. Thank you for joining us, Optimus.
Thank you for having me.